What's up, guys? Welcome back to another quad vlog. Oh my god, of course I need gas. I hope you guys haven't forgotten about me. I know it's been a couple months since I've uploaded a video on the channel, and I have to apologize for that. It's just been, it's kind of gotten to be a busy summer for me. But I do have an update for you guys on the Triumph Daytona. I did sell the bike. It's off to an owner that'll probably ride it a lot more than me. So overall, I'm happy with the situation and how things ended up. Quickly before I start the topic of today's video, I want to talk about the exhaust that we're going to get for the Raptor. I think I finally decided that I'm going to get the Big Gun dual exhaust. I think that's the best exhaust for the money, performance-wise. I think that's just probably the best bet. It'll be like 600 bucks with tax, and I'll probably buy that within 4 to 6 weeks or something like that. So you guys can look forward to seeing that on the channel sometime soon. Alright, so let's get right into today's video. So while I was gone for the past month, I got a slew of comments on one of my most popular videos on the channel, and that is how to drive a quad or four-wheeler with a clutch. So today's video is going to be a part 2 to that video. So basically, if you guys already know how to drive a quad with a clutch, or you don't want to watch the video, feel free to click off the video now. But today we're going to do a part 2 to that video and address some of you guys' comments, questions, and yeah. So let's get right into it. First off, if you guys haven't seen the first video I made, I'll link it in the comments below, top of the description. That basically goes over a little miniature horse. That is like the funniest thing I've ever seen. And his wiener's hanging out below. That's nice. Okay. But yeah, that video basically goes over how to drive anything with a clutch. A lot of people like the video, and I try to do my best job to go over all the basics for anybody that has no idea what they're doing. Alright. Oh my god, that road's terrible. So now that you guys have watched the video, or at least you know what video I'm talking about, maybe some of you ventured down into the comments. At any rate, the first thing we have to address about that video is one of the most popular #1 comments that I always get on it, and that is that I misspoke about starting the quad in neutral. So I want to take a minute just to talk about that. I wonder what is back here. Why is this road actually closed? I don't really know why it's like... Oh, that's kind of sketchy, dude. Alright, I was just curious why it was closed. That's a cop. He looks like he's gonna stop me too. How's it going? What's that? No. No, I just went and checked it out. I didn't go down it though.
How far did you go?
Well, you know that the road's washed out.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't go past it.
Right, but the problem that we have is the sign right there that says road closed.
Yeah.
You can get jammed up, right?
Okay, yeah.
So I can give you a ticket for going past the road closed sign, which I'm not going to do.
Okay.
I don't think you had any...
No.
Just anytime there's a sign posted, you can't go around it.
Okay.
And you're probably just checking out.
Yeah, I was checking out why it was closed, that's all.
So, anyway, you're good. I'm not going to jam.
Alright, man.
Stay away.
Alright, no, I will. Alright, thanks, man. Yeah, no problem. Woo! Oh, man, that actually, I'm not going to lie, I was a little bit nervous there that he was going to write me a ticket for going past the road closed sign. Thankfully, he was a cool cop and didn't check my license or registration or even the quad. Alright, so let's go ahead and pull over here. I don't think anybody will bother me over here. So let's finish talking about the top comment. So the top comment on the video, on the first video, is that I mentioned that you had to be in neutral to start your quad. And everyone's saying that's not true. And it's not true. You don't have to be in neutral. You can start your quad while it's in gear. Watch, I'll show you guys. It's in gear right now. Note that my clutch is pulled in. And the engine starts just fine. But in the video, I said that you had to be in neutral. And I did that on purpose. Because as a beginner, I think that I don't think you should ever start your engine when it's not in neutral, because you're just kind of asking for the possibility of an accident to happen. So if you start your engine when the clutch is out and it's not in neutral, then and you don't have a clutch sensor, you can damage your engine, because when you start your engine, it's going to move the quad forward. But even if you do have your clutch pulled in, let's say if your clutch pulled in, you start it, and maybe you get confused with, the brake and the clutch because you're a new rider, and you let your clutch out, your bike's, whatever you're riding, is going to move forward. So it's not really the safest thing to start your engine when it's not in neutral. So as a beginner, you should always start your quad or dirt bike, whatever you're riding, when it's in neutral. Alright, so let's go ahead and start talking about some more of the things that I saw in the comments, and let's start answering some questions that I saw. If you guys watch the video and you're new, you guys know the basic controls of the quad. You got your clutch, throttle, front brake, back brake, shifter. You guys know the controls. You should know how to get the quad started properly. You should know your gears, neutrals in between first and second. The next question that I want to answer is, a lot of people don't know when to shift. And I want to tell you guys a funny story very quickly. I had a friend, I used to have a Raptor 350. I'm not going to mention his name or anything like that, but I had a Raptor 350 and he did not know how to drive clutch. I let him drive my Raptor 350, and that's a 6-speed manual transmission, just like this one. This one's just a 5-speed. He did not know when to shift either, because when I let him on the quad, he told me he knew how to drive it. So I was like, all right, whatever, go take it for a spin. So he put it in first gear. He got moving okay. I think he might have stalled it like maybe once or twice or something like that, but he got moving eventually, and he wanted to go faster. So naturally, anybody that doesn't know when they should be shifting, just, if I want to go faster, I'm just gonna press the gas more, turn the throttle more. And he went around half my neighborhood block just with the throttle pinned, and I could hear the engine banging rev limiter for a solid 20-30 seconds. And I'm just like, dude, what are you doing? Don't you know you have to shift? And no, he didn't know. So if you guys, I guess that's a common thing, if you don't know when to shift, you just don't shift. So let's go ahead and teach you guys when you should know you have to shift into the next gear. So I'm going to go ahead and pull into this parking lot, and we're just going to demonstrate how to shift from first to second, because that's the easiest. There's less wind noise and everything like that. So based upon the first video, you guys should know how to do this. You guys should know how to give it some gas, let your clutch out slowly, and get moving in first gear. And so how do you know when to shift into second gear? That's as fast as I can go in first gear. It's 10 miles an hour. So how do I know when I need to shift into first gear? Well, the truth is you just kind of have to feel it. You just have to listen to the engine and feel how, you have to feel what the engine's telling you. So right now, I'm going 5 miles an hour, and the engine isn't that loud. I can tell it's not revving that high, but as soon as I press the throttle more, you can tell that it's ringing the engine out. The RPMs are getting way too high, way too loud. I need to shift gears because I'm not getting any more speed. I'm getting a lot more noise, but I'm not getting much more speed. So that's what's telling you need to shift gears into second gear. So let's go ahead and start from the stop. Go from first gear, let that clutch out, pull in your clutch, you need to shift. Same thing with second gear. I'll probably have to go on the road for this one because third gear is kind of a little bit faster. So let's try shifting from second gear to third gear. So I'll open my shield so you guys can hear better. So the answer to the question is you should basically shift into the next gear when you feel like you're not gaining any more speed when you give it more throttle. And at the same time, while the engine's getting, let's say, excessively loud. Oh man, it's starting to rain. Are you kidding me? Woo! So the next question I want to answer for you guys is, what do you do when you have to come to a stop? Or what do you have to do when you go from, let's say, 50 miles an hour to 20 miles an hour? Obviously, the question goes deeper than you have to apply your brakes. A lot of people are wondering, how do you know what gear you have to be in at, let's say, a certain speed? And so what I'm going to teach you guys is a trick I use called engine braking. And most people use it, most people do it. Maybe they do it and they don't even know it. So let's say I have to go from 40 miles an hour down to 20 miles an hour. Let's say this light turns red and I have to, slow down. What I do is I let off my throttle. Oh, perfect, it turned red. What I do is I let off my throttle. I'm in fourth gear. I let fourth gear slow me down. Then I shift into third gear, let third gear slow me down. Second gear slow me down. And then I come to a stop. Let me go ahead and demonstrate that. As soon as this light turns green, I'll demonstrate how to engine brake properly. That was pretty slow engine braking. I shifted later to kind of show you guys how to do it, but let me show you guys how to do it fast and properly. This is a perfect place to show you guys what I mean. We're gonna go 35 to, let's say, 20 miles an hour. So right now we're in second gear. Let me clear off the camera. Shifted to third gear. Let's get up to speed. Okay, we're going 35 miles an hour and I have to come to stop. Woo! So I let off the throttle, let fourth gear, third gear, second gear, just like that. And now I'm in second gear and I'm going, a speed that I can just roll back on the throttle and continue moving. Let's go ahead and do it again just for fun. So I'm going. Just like that. So those are some of the main comments that I saw on the first video I posted. Of course, if you guys have further comments or questions, leave them below on this video and I'll be happy to answer them or possibly make a part 3, hopefully not. But if you guys have any further comments or questions, leave them below. I just have one last thing to talk about, and it's pretty much related to what I was just talking about. Someone asked if it's a good idea to shift, say, from 5th gear all the way to 2nd gear with the clutch pulled in. So the answer to the question is yes, technically you can shift from 5th all the way down to 2nd with your clutch pulled in, but I would probably again recommend against it because you can also damage your engine internals. I'm not exactly sure what it's called. I think it might be called your input shaft. Things can get damaged inside your engine, and you'll notice that if you try shifting from, let's say, 4th gear, 3rd gear down to 1st gear really quickly with your clutch pulled in, that can damage or I think chip your there's some teeth in there. Of course, I don't really know a lot about transmissions, they're complicated, but that can damage your transmission if you do that a lot. So if you do choose to do it that way, be sure to shift down gradually. Pull in your clutch, shift into 4th gear, wait for your vehicle or your quad, whatever, to slow down a little bit, then shift to 3rd, then shift to 2nd. Don't just shift from 5th down to 2nd in 2 seconds before you slow down. You need to slow down your drivetrain in order to shift down that quickly. Alright, so that's all I have for today's video. If you have any comments or questions, leave them below, and I will see you guys next Saturday.